Now, hey, jackass, there is no recovery. There never was a recovery. So why are you claiming that there is a recovery to begin with? That is what you see on CNBC all the time. They use this type of language to make you believe that something is happening, like a recovery, when there is no recovery. But they say it like it's fact, even though it's not fact. In fact, it's the furthest thing from a fact. It's a lie. Oh yeah, we've got great economic recovery here. All these corporations are making so much money. Yeah, these big multinational corporations, they're the ones making all the money. Meanwhile, you got people who can't get a job. They can't make ends meet. You have high unemployment. Banks aren't loaning any money to anybody. Gee, I wonder why that is. Meanwhile, the banks got all these bailouts and free money, but, oh, well, we can't pay off all the mortgages that are out there. We can't help people with their mortgages, but we can give trillions to the banks. I see how it works, yeah. What a great friggin' deal that is. That's fair. Absolutely incredible. And apparently there's more bank failures. How many bank failures do we have here? Well, there's been quite a few of them, at least this year and last year for that matter. And I'm sure we'll continue to see more and more bank failures. And then you have Freddie Mac, that recently reported a multi-billion-dollar second quarter loss. And guess who's subsidizing Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae? Both of which should have gone out of business a long time ago. Well, you guessed it's the U.S. taxpayer. That's right. We are subsidizing these failed entities. But, oh, God forbid that we get rid of these failed entities. We can't do that. Why? All this fear. They spread all this fear. Well, if we let Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae go by the wayside, this is going to be bad for the housing market. Who cares? By continuing to artificially prop it up, you're just going to make the crash even worse. You're just prolonging the inevitable. And that's what you see with the Federal Reserve creating more money. They're buying more government debt. And I mean, where do they get the money to buy more government debt? They get it by creating more money that they create out of nothing. Well, gee, I'd like to create my own money out of nothing. Can I do that? Can I just go into Adobe Photoshop and print out these paper notes that have my face on it that say $1 trillion or something like that? Can I do that? Why not? The Federal Reserve can. They print out these impressive pieces of paper that say Federal Reserve note on it. And hey, instant money. Wow. Or better yet, they just put a few entries into a computer and then they have money. Yeah, what a fair system this is. Oh, but people are just happy to have a job. I'm so pleased that I have a job. I'm so glad that I have a job. This is so great. Yeah, in other words, I'm so glad that I'm a slave. I'm so glad that I have a job that just pays me enough just so I can eat and pay for some lousy apartment. Wow, this is great. Thank you so much. I'm so thankful for my enslavement. I mean job. Yeah, that's really part of the slave system. Because a lot of people, they just have jobs that will only allow them to pay for the bare essentials, food and renting an apartment. That's it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not disparaging people who don't make a certain amount of money. I'm just saying that the system sucks. And the system like that. If the system was actually fair, you wouldn't have all these people who are running into these troubles. The system is rigged. I don't blame anybody if they have financial problems, per se, because the system is stacked against them. But still, also, there is the aspect of personal responsibility, too. And I understand the system is not fair, but also in the same token, there are a lot of people who choose to blame the system for all their problems, and they take no personal initiative to try to correct the situation on their own. And I'm not for that either. And I've noticed this quite a bit with this type of research. You tend to get some people that are drawn to these shows and these type of websites and the information that we're getting into that want to blame the New World Order for their shortcomings or the fact they don't have certain things or whatever. And that to me is just ridiculous. Look, we're all dealing with the system, but you still can take personal initiative. The World Order doesn't have complete control over you. They don't have microchips in your brains yet. So, you still have the freedom to try to make changes and to better yourself or to better your standard of living if that's what you choose to do. Despite the fact that the system itself is just horrendous. There are still ways to make something out of nothing. It's just a hell of a lot more difficult than it was. But, that all boils down to hard work. And I guess I don't have a whole lot of sympathy for people who claim that they're so busy and they can't do certain things, because I work a full-time job and I'm able to do a 3-hour radio show. I'm able to update a website, and I'm able to, at least so far, I put out one film that was around 5 hours long. And I did all this in a year and a half worth of time. And that's why I don't have any sympathy for people who say, well, gee, I don't have enough time, or, I got this or I got that. They make excuses. You can make time. If you put your mind to something, you can do anything. Regardless of what the system is and regardless of how evil and criminal these people are. So you got to take some personal initiative. But, yeah, look, I understand. I understand the system sucks, but it is what it is. And, yes, we point out that the system is horrible, day in and day out. That much is evident. But again, you can't place blame on all of this. We say 100% blame for all of your shortcomings. I guess I just see that a lot. And it just kind of bothers me. Because screw the world order. Look, I don't care what type of system they set up. I'm going to try to do the best I can to become financially independent, so I'm not reliant upon any of these systems. I'm going to work my ass off to do it. And look, part of freedom is that you're not going to get things handed to you on a silver platter. You have to work for them. That's part of what freedom is all about. And that's all I ask for. All I ask is that you have a level playing field and that people's hard work can be rewarded and they don't have it taken away from them through taxes and this